first, because there's no information about you guys at all, is this the original lineup?
No. But I would probably consider this I would consider it the original lineup when DOPEGHOST found its sound.
Okay.
But we went through
It's been the same drummer, singer, and me, guitar player.
Bass player's been
a revolving
We
door.
found our guy, so.
We found the guy. Finally,
Okay. So how long has this lineup been this lineup?
Year.
Year.
All right. So your first EP
He wasn't. Matt, our bass player, was not on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that EP, not your sound. Experimenting, could we say?
I would say
maturing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think that it's not our sound. I just think that we matured in some aspects of that. Like the not so much screaming, but I think the newer stuff is heavier.
Mm-hmm.
Like the riffs and like everything is like a whole is just tighter and like gnarlier, in my opinion. So I think we just kind of like grew up. I think we're more taking inspiration from the things that we grew up listening on, and less of what we were listening to at the time. Like at the time when in my opinion, when we did that EP, I drew inspiration from stuff that I was listening to at the time, and rather stuff that made me want to do music.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, do you guys just get inspired by like artists and musicians, or do you get inspired by non-musical things?
Oh, definitely.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Non-musical?
Do you take the reins on this?
Are you a artsy kind of dude?
I mean, I like to draw, and there's different outlets
Okay.
for art and stuff that I like, but
Literature is definitely, I think, a big one for us, too.
Okay.
Just art in general. I mean,
Yeah.
whether it's, I do video stuff, so visuals, like, is big for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he draws. He writes a lot, too. Like, he'll help me out with a lot of lyrics, so I think...
Okay.
Yeah, I think we draw inspiration from you're influenced by everything that you see, hear, and read, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So.
and just trying to navigate life in general.
Exactly.
True. All right. If you could name 3 bands that inspire the band as a whole currently, what 3 bands would you... 3, that's it, kids, 3.
For me, it'd be Led Zeppelin, Rage Against the Machine, and probably... The third one's tough. I don't know. What's the third one, Burke?
See, that's the thing, because I don't know.
Led Zeppelin, Rage Against the Machine, and Pantera.
Pantera. But then it's like, then you could say like Deftones, and you could say Soundgarden. It's like,
you could say
I don't think
I
don't think we could just pick 3 bands. It's it's like such a hard question for us because we all.
No, but you must have your top 3 that you go to, like your top 3 bands you go to.
It depends on what kind of mood I'm in.
I don't know. I just kind of like, I listen to everything I've listened to over the course of 26 years, and it's just a mesh of all that.
Yeah.
The hip-hop even. I listen to more hip-hop than I do rock and roll these days.
Okay, all right. Well, I was going to ask, do you find inspiration from any newer bands, or are they more old school bands that you grew up on?
I think we definitely have. There's a few that are like newer, but I think a majority of it's definitely older bands, like as early as from like the late 60s up until like the early 2000s is like our main influence. Like you said, Zeppelin's definitely a huge one. I think Rage Against the Machine is definitely a huge one. For me, it's Soundgarden, Nirvana. I know Matt loves Metallica, Pantera, so it's like stuff like that. Newer bands, I'd probably say like Every Time I Die.
Okay.
Yeah, and they've been around since the late 90s.
But they've been around forever too. So I mean, I don't know.
So you guys are kind of all over the place, though.
Oh yeah.
You like the heavy, you like the hip hop, you like everything.
Yeah.
So you're an open-minded band, at least.
Yeah.
We even like
because I hate when bands put out records and like every song sounds the same.
Same.
It's like, what's the point of putting out a full record? You could have just done one song and covered all the bases.
Well, I think a few of your songs, though, I kind of got a Clutch feel to, too. That's just me.
What do you mean, Clutch?
The band Clutch.
Oh!
I kind of got a vibe off of it.
Yeah.
But
we get different things all the time.
okay. So you're not
Which
surprised.
is good.
It is good. Yeah, I don't. Whenever somebody compares us to a band, it's like, no, that's fucking awesome. Like you know, and it's always different. It's never usually. We do get like some of the same things. No, that's cool because people hear things that we don't hear, and we hear things that people don't hear. So.
Okay. Now, what got you into playing?
The first time my dad showed me Led Zeppelin's Royal Albert Hall gig from 1970.
Okay.
Like hour and 45-minute just set they did. It's like, I don't know. I was like, that's what I want to do.
You said, I want to be on stage.
Yeah, I want to play guitar.
And how old were you then?
I don't know. 10.
Did he buy you your...
Yeah, when I was like 12. But he already had guitars kicking around and I was plucking away, so...
Nice. All right. And you, sir?
Well, my mom sings a lot.
Okay.
She was into like that, like all the bands that I love. So that made me want to play music, but I bopped around on like drums. Like I started playing drums when I was like 10.
Okay.
And I played piano, and then I tried guitar, and then bass. Like I couldn't. I was like, I knew I wanted to play music, but I couldn't figure it out. And then I started screaming, like metal screaming, and then that just kind of clicked, and I played in a band, and then I was like, yeah, I want to do this.
Okay.
This is my niche, because get my emotions out.
Okay. Now, do you just sing? You don't like throw on a guitar and play anything live or
not
for
DOPEGHOST. I think we're really a fan of the old school 4-piece.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Now, where did the name come from? You knew that was coming.
That could be a long story.
How about a short version of it?
I don't know. I was in this band In the Direction of the Sun for a really long time, and we ended up getting stranded somewhere.
On purpose or by accident?
An accident.
Okay.
They were on tour.
And we stayed in this hotel, and there was this bar there. And for whatever reason, long story short, it felt like the bar was just filled with ghosts. Like all the people in there didn't seem real. So I had this idea, ghost bar. And then that band broke up, and I just went with DOPEGHOST. Because I think that's sick.
Okay.
And it's kind of just for the coolest people I've ever known that I've lost. The dopest ghosts I know.
Yeah. It's definitely like, that's how I think, because he named the band. That's he came up with it. But I think it's definitely over the past, we've been a band like 2.5, 3 years. Over that span of time, we've lost some very important people, and that name has just started to mean a lot more and more.
Okay.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Now, here's a question. Say, record label signs you and says, we can sign you, but you got to change your name. Would you change your name? Yeah?
Yeah, never.
Okay. All right. Just asking.
Yeah. We're not that type of band. Like, we want to be as natural as possible, and we want to do our own thing. Like, we know we're at a point in our career where if a label was to pick us up, that's what would happen. They would want us to do what they want to do because they're investing money into, and they don't want it to not work out. So I think that, we don't really, unless the label was to come to us with like a good deal, which I don't think that would ever happen right now, we just want to do it ourselves.
Okay.
That's probably the best way, because then we can do what we want. And then if we weren't doing what we want, I don't think we'd be happy.
Okay. 2 new songs you played tonight. Do we have a new EP or album coming?
So
we have a couple
maybe?
stuff on. We have a few songs on the back burner that we plan to release along with tours that we're currently booking.
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't know what's
just to kind of build a buzz, and then a full length is definitely in the works, and
that's on the horizon.
You know what I mean?
We're 2 EPs deep at this point. We feel that obviously if we're going to continue doing this, we need to just do it and go out and hit the road. And we've changed our sound since we started. And like Dave said, like we wrote these songs a while ago, recorded them a couple months ago, and we're just sitting on them. We don't know what we want to do with them. We think we just want to put them out as singles.
Okay. Now, if you put out a full length, though, are you taking songs from EPs to
I doubt it.
I doubt it. Yeah.
Give new birth to, or are you taking just new songs?
I think new. If anything, maybe the last EP, but I think that that's a very strange thing to do, because you can't, like, you're going through experiences through your life, and why not just write new material about what's going on?
The past is the past,
Exactly.
the future is the future.
Yeah. It's good that you have the songs, like,
Yep.
and that's how it is, but I don't see a reason to recreate something.
Okay. Now, do you guys write as a whole, or are you just the main, like, music
I write
writer?
like probably 90% of the riffs, and then I'll come up with, like, kind of, we like try to do it. Most of the stuff comes organically now. Like, we'll get into the practice space and we'll just like, oh, that's cool, and jam on that, and then just build around that. So everyone's involved, but yeah.
Okay.
He's like the riff god, and then everybody's like the glue. You know? I don't know. Or he's like the puzzle pieces, and everybody else is like the glue.
All right.
Yeah.
And are you the main songwriter? Like lyrics wise?
I would probably say it's probably like, it definitely was 50-50 between him and I at one point, but now I feel like it's 75-25. Like, I write most of the lyrics, and he's definitely there. I like to start writing on my own, and then we'll like sit down together. So I'll have like a majority of the song written, like the melodies and stuff, but he's like I'm like the bread and butter, and he's like the seasoning, you know? He comes in and like tweaks the things that he thinks.
The editor.
Yeah. The editor. This is a good way to say it.
All right, but is it hard?
It's the front page. It's got to go through me.
Exactly.
Okay, all
Literally,
right.
there you go.
The editor.
He's the publicist.
Now, is it hard, though, before, when you guys were doing it 50-50 for lyrics, for you to sing lyrics that he had written?
Yes and no.
Okay.
I think that we weren't experiencing the same things, but those lyrics meant something to me.
Okay.
And I know they meant, like, he's like my brother at this point. So I mean, his words are like, they mean something to me, because he's one of my best friends. You know, I'd fucking take a bullet for the dude. But I think it's not that I can't sing them or I can't get into it, but I can definitely get into it more. Like,
If
for
you're
my
writing
lyrics.
it.
But I still got into like his stuff. It still meant just as much to me.
All right. Is there any topics or stories that you guys would never write about, or that would push your boundaries too much?
You get like the gnarly metal bands that like yell about like mutilating people and stuff. Like, we're not trying, you know what I mean? It's all real. You keep it 100, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, it's not really fantasy.
Yeah, I don't think we would ever. I mean, we might write a story, but it's definitely a story that's like based off of like true
Real
events.
life.
Yeah, we wouldn't like come up with some like science stuff, like, you know, like that. We wouldn't do that either.
Okay.
Like, it's just experiences.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you have, from the last EP, there's only 3 songs, correct?
Yeah, it's a short one.
Do you guys have any favorites out of the 3? Like, one that's really like, we love this song, this is our proud moment?
So it depends on what you're talking about, because live Restless is sick.
I love that song.
That song is awesome, and I know he likes this song, but I really like Wither.
I do too.
I like
I don't
Wither,
know.
too.
It's
all special
yeah.
in
It's
their
really
own
it depends
way,
on
as
what
lame as
mood
that
I'm in
sounds.
too.
Okay. You're the
Because
mood guy. The moody man.
Yeah. Well, I think we all are, you know. Well, because it's like, I mean, if I'm tired, I don't want to listen to like hip hop. I want to listen to like, you know.
I do.
He'll listen to hip hop whenever.
All right. So, did you say you're booking tours?
That's
Like booking, like,
Yeah, we're
out
in
of
the thick of it
state,
right
like
now.
going
Oh, yeah.
away?
Yeah. We've done probably like 3-ish,
Okay.
3-ish. Yeah, kind of like 2.5. But yeah, that's like the goal. You know, they were waiting on me. So I'm getting my ducks in a row and getting it squared away so that we can do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And video-wise, you said you do video stuff. So is this why there's an abundance of videos for
Yes.
you guys?
Yeah.
All right. Do you feel like video is the new, like, radio now? Like, because social media is so big and you can
Definitely.
throw up a video?
Definitely, especially
Oh,
for
yeah.
like...
Especially if you're trying to capture
Yeah.
someone's attention these days, too. Everyone's attention span is so short because of cell phones and whatever.
Exactly.
You need, I don't know, it helps to have a visual to go along with something you're trying to push.
So we'll see more in the future.
Oh,
Oh,
for
yeah,
sure.
for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
right.
That's gonna be something that and I think that's part of our image is that we're very we're artistic, so we want to express it not only in the music but in our visuals as well. So I think that's something that will definitely be a thing.
Okay. Now Spotify they can get you on.
Mm-hmm.
Facebook they can get you on.
You can get us there.
Yeah.
Twitter.
Yeah.
Yes.
Instagram.
Yes.
So all the social media outlets.
Yep.
Because I'm going to link everything
covered
when we do this.
Hell yeah.
So, all right. Other than that, anything else? Anything you want to add? Anything I did left out? Anything you want to say? Anything?
Stay vigilant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep an open eye for us, I guess. I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah.
No. I will.